is the reading for Destructive. And I went to your channel to see, I don't check information, but sometimes if I remember, I go to the channel of the person I've asked just to, if they make videos, just see the face or hear the voice, so I can keep that in mind to connect when I do the reading. But I saw you don't have any videos up now, so I remember, if I recall right, that you had some before, and it was quite a long time ago since I saw them. Yeah, and here I picked out the RCMP guy to watch over this reading. I haven't shown him for a while. Yeah, I think it could be good, and also the beaver there. I will use this, the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck for you. And yeah, so I hope you will get back to making videos. I think I like them as far as I recall. Or maybe it was just one actually that I've seen or so, but anyways, there are so many videos, great videos out there. So, for whatever reason you stopped, yeah, whatever is good for you. But now you asked about love. So now I do that again. Tell who I'm doing the reading for. Maybe this is something that I will continue to do. I forget about it, obviously, to not tell. You haven't asked me not to tell and asked me publicly, so whatever. But I'll do so now. Maybe these two readings, and then I will be more secretive when I talk in here in the readings. So, and as you see, there is a lot of snow on my balcony. Really a lot of snow that have been coming lately, and there is no use to try to get rid of it until it stopped, so it's still snowing, yeah. And first I will cleanse the deck, and this is how I used to do it. It's a bit slippery, not slippery, but cards in the way, but on this table. I will just pile them up in 7 piles. The important thing is really that each card disconnects from the other ones. So that's a way of clearing away the energy from the previous reading that was done with this deck. So sometimes I do this while filming. Oftentimes I do it beforehand. For now I wanted to do this with you guys. Yeah. And also I see things outside me when you don't really need to concentrate while doing this. You can infuse magic into everything. Like, you can also use just your, on the other channel I made a video of like 101, something kind of rambly video where I talked about other things like a cat and whatnot also. But to use the mind, you can also, instead of, for example, I used to draw the cards over the flame and also blow on them with my breath, and also blow into my hands. You can actually just visualize the fire cleansing them, or bright light cleansing them, or so on, if you like. I mean, it's as powerful actually. Yeah. So now I concentrate on you, and then when I cut the deck now, I think about you and the layout that I will do, and I will also do the Celtic cross for you, but I focus on the topic of love. Sometimes the cards respond as well as the spirits, because I think the spirits are the ones who help with which cards come up. So this is one way of connecting with them. I think they know what we need to hear the most, so even if we focus on the topic, sometimes the answer will be something else because they know we need that more, or that's the question behind the question and so on sometimes. So anyway, the first 3 cards there in the middle is the central, what is going on, the central theme right now, and then what's blocking is upon that, and what will help is the 3rd card there upon each other, and the upper card is what you're aware of, the lower beneath these 3 are what you're unaware of, the past, the future, and here is your attitude and the environment around you or others, how they view it, and here is what you hope or fear, and here is the outcome. The outcome is usually in about 6 months time. So, oh, now this RTMB guy suddenly reacted, swirled around. Maybe he was dancing here. And also this little beaver here. I don't think you can see it well, sadly. Maybe, but yeah, so let's see. And I will read, there is a lot of text in this book. Obviously you saw that it was quite large or a thick book. So, but I will read as much as I can from it. But here is the central card, and I think this card represents you. It's a little bit too dark, so I will pause and go and turn on another lamp here, so you can see the card better. And I think, yeah, this is you then, and it could be, in some cases, that could be the one you love as well, but here I think this represents you. So, 3 of water. Let's see if I can find that. 3 of Congo. Takes a while for me to find it here. Here, I'm soon there. Now, very close. Or not. Yeah, here it should be. If it was a 3, maybe it wasn't. And I'm sorry, my neighbors are doing something. I don't know really exactly what. Maybe it wasn't. I have to move on and see where I can find it. Oh, yeah, there it is. Let's see. Oh, now I know why this is. I think this is at the end of the. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for taking such time finding this, because this is one of the court cards, and I was searching in another place here, and she have this snake around her waist here. But anyways, Mambo. The Mambo of water is like the queen of water, I guess you can say. Is the watery part of water. So water is really your element here, and it's connected to emotions and so on as well. She reflects and transmits images and occult impressions. She so easily and perfectly reflects all around her that her own image is nearly imperceptible. The Masa are the Loa, who probably have a hand in the forming of such a head like yours. This card shows the blue snake wrapped around the Mambo's waist. Water rushes from her hands, and she seems to be enveloped in a flow of water which takes the form of her hair. She wears a blue dress. The image of the water and the image she represents are mixed and almost inseparable. She has a dreamy and tranquil personality which tends to express itself poetically. Physically, she is likely to be a woman with black and brown hair with a golden hue and brown or blue eyes. So, hopefully you can see yourself in this image here. Yeah. What if this is not to lower your life or something like that, but my sense is that this may be you, and just central, yeah, and full of emotions. So, and what's blocking here is this, the magical mirror. And my first impression when I see this card is that it's very much about seeing yourself clearly, you know, Snow White and that story, and seeing your own beauty and so on. So whatever impressions you get when you see this is the block. Maybe you don't look at yourself with love really, but I will read what it says here. This is the Moon card in this deck. The divination here is magic and sorcery, occult power, deception. It can also be something blocking here. And here is contemplation. Look into the mirror until your image moves while you are still. Here magic begins. And I've seen a lot of things in mirrors as well, and previous lives and ancestors and so on. And if you, or some can do this anyways, easily for me, you can also see your aura, for example, in the mirror, which is quite fun, I guess. But if you focus on your left eye and relax very much and stare sort of relaxed in your left eye, and some may view this as illusions, but I've seen several clear previous lives, and also ancestors that have shown themselves to me while doing so, and ask for help really, and so on. So yeah, that can be something also to use. But anyways, I will read here. The block here. Here there is danger. Here the line dividing the worlds grows thin. Here the crust upon which we walk grows tenuous in the mists. The worlds meet and join hands, right to left, left to right. The waters have risen above the heavens and fallen below the earth. Now the rest is an illusion of solidity. The mirror is the waters frozen in time. You who are a water person, but maybe a bit frozen. Deception and true sight play upon its surface, and the lower reach out from its depths. The mirror is a magical weapon par excellence, equally able to trap the user or that which is summoned within its watery realm. This is the card of magic and sorcery, as I said before. The magics of the mirror are strong and ancient. Upon the surface of the mirror the worlds meet. The world of the great invisibles and the visible material world mirror one another. It is as if the waters flow in opposite directions on either side of the mirror. The surface of the mirror is the point where the two opposite streams meet. The tension of their contact creates the illusion of solidity, but the stability of the surface is easily broken by the touch of the sorcerer's will. Once its equilibrium is disturbed, the waters surge forth or push inward with tremendous force. They can be used to carry an expedition through the protections of another sorcerer, but if control is lost, their force can turn and carry the same malevolent powers into the spellworker's heart. So, honestly, it's very crucial here. And here is what can help. I will go back to the magical mirror and read more there. But here is what can help. Let's see what this is. Here is Santero. I guess this may be the one, if there is someone special for you, but the Santera male Santeria, initiate of Earth, is the fiery part of Earth. The fire of this Santera is the dynamic force that supports the growth of all the Earth's bounty. Fiery or extremely active disturbances of the Earth are also within his province. The fire of volcanoes and earthquakes are within his realm. Olofi may be one of the Orisha who mold such a character. The aspect of this card is that of a Santera making an offering of herbs to the Bata drums. The Bata are sacred drums of Santeria used to call the Orisha. The drums themselves are hourglass shaped with one large and one small head. Both heads are hung with bells around the rims. The atmosphere is one of sanctity and grace. Ache, the lifeblood of the universe, flows freely. Character traits of individuals covered by this card include a strong sense of holiness of the earth, which leads to patience and industry in physical matters. These traits differ from those described in the in Golden Dawn. Never mind. Physically, this man is liable to have dark hair and dark eyes. So I guess this is someone in the now for you. Maybe you know who it is already. Here's what you're aware of. And here's the death card. And yeah, so it seems to be, I don't know all the things that go on. Maybe you really understand these cards better than I do now. What they are, what they have to say to you, really. But I will see if I find that. I'm going to read about that for you. And the divination for this card is change, flux, messages from the dead, in particular from the questioner's ancestors, or if loved ones have passed, whoever they are, probably need to make offerings to the ancestors. And I think that could be suitable here in some way. That's the first time I've ever said that, but I think so for some reason. And here's contemplation, transformation, a blurring of the boundaries between life and death, development of the ability to see life in death and death in life. And I think you can be very helped by connecting with the dead, really. The morts are the dead, the morts, transformation, death. Both named and forgotten, among their ranks are numbered deceased ancestors. The dead wait in the abyssal waters that ebb and flow beneath the earth. In these waters they wait and watch, and if bidden, reach out with sure fingers to guide and regulate the affairs of the still living practitioner. They can come again in the bodies of the newborn. The great mothers and the great fathers swim in the salty waters of the birth canal, seeking once again the light of the sun and the moon. In their coming, the covenant that contains all covenants is fulfilled. The new issues from the old in an unbroken spiral of universal flux. The last words of the dying echo in the infant's first cry. The path of the divine twins finds holy completion. I must go on. There's no time really to read all of it. So here is what is beneath what you're unaware of. Here's judgment then. So there are very, very strong cards connected to this central, the major arcana cards here. So very, very interesting, really. And this is the card for the ancestors, respect and last judgment and so on. It could also be about judging yourself. I think about that mirror image. A divination, final judgment, an understanding of the worth and meaning of one's actions within the context of the procession of life. Contemplation, remember the names of as many ancestors as you can. Let your mind open to the fullness of these names. If other names present themselves, respect these also as ancestors. And here it says, the voices of thousands of souls cry out within us. The hands of the ancestors weave our destiny with threads whose beginnings are dipped into the waters of creation. To hear the cry of these souls, to feel the twisting of this thread, is to know our name in its most pregnant fullness. We are here, I can't pronounce that, to a largeness that knows no end and is touched by no beginning. So many beautiful things here. don't have time to read them all. The ancestors speak words of wisdom. Be strong, be sensitive, touch life fully, drink deeply. Our names walk within your head. We taste with your lips, we walk with your feet. All that you are, we were. All that you will be, we will become. We stand spread against the great globe of the sky. Face upon face, name upon name, we inform your actions. Deep within the land, under the waters, our feet walk your road. We are the cup that measures your largeness. Vast or small is our number. Choose well. In honoring us, you honor yourself. In praising our names, you praise your own name. And here is the postcard. Had to not to read all that for the ancestors as well. And here is a Six of Fire. So in the past there have been a lot of Legba le Flambeau. I say that, I don't know how to pronounce it anyways really. So it says victory, obstacles swept aside, the first necessary victories of the pure fool. A newly initiated elder flexes his or her first powers. There is no grace, there is no guilt, there is the law. Do what thou will. Yes, what the divination here is, and there is contemplation. Also it says, touch the newness in your soul that has never known defeat. The newness that has never strayed from its original purpose. The image is that of the mane of a young lion that has never been tangled or torn in the heat of battle. So this is victory, and I think since you asked about love, this may be then also in love. Yeah, really. I think I will just maybe leave it with that. Legba le Flambeau, as new sun, unfurls himself in the heavens, brilliant beyond description. He revels in his first powers, unweighed by knowledge of future consequence. His radiance stretches like a banner between the visible and invisible worlds. Yeah. Really, yeah. I don't know, maybe this was man as well. Maybe someone you love have been very victorious as well, or maybe it is in other areas. But I think maybe also in love. Here is to come the closest future, oftentimes within a few weeks, maybe 3 weeks or so. Some interpret this as within 3 months, but to me it's usually closer than that. But so let's see what is to come here. And I love the back side of them as well. I think they are beautiful in all kinds of ways, these cards. Yeah. So what's central here is your connection to those who have passed and how you view yourself. Yeah, and you can be very helped by someone who honors the earth and the holiness of life. Here's what to come, and this is the Hermit card really. And I have a strong sense when I held this card of longing and so on. So I still think you will meet love pretty soon, but not as soon as a few weeks maybe. I don't know even if you are in a love relationship or anything, but you feel lonely. This, lay in separate beds and separated, and you long to be closer than that, really physically, I think as well. But it's there is purpose to this time of being a hermit. So I will read the divination. Retreat from daily life for spiritual purpose, internal inspiration, realization of the amount others sacrifice that we may grow and prosper, a sense of sacredness of all life. Contemplation. The interdependence of all life, even our rebirth into a more spiritual plane, is dependent upon the lives of what have commonly thought of as lesser beings. Yeah, we are all interdependent, and everything have the same great value. Yeah, and that coucher, or however you say, is a ritual seclusion undergone by prospective initiates before mysteries are revealed, not answered or explained. Yeah, this is something I try to say in the Ravel about witchcraft as well, or Wicca. It's revealed, not answered. So the battery just died. I hope I can continue now. So this is also about ritual sacrifice and so on. It says a little bit about that in the text there, but I will skip that. And I don't judge others, but I myself am a vegan most of the time at least, and I would never kill for as a sacrifice or something to the gods, if you say. But in this tradition, and in the picture there are some birds and so on. That, yeah. But anyways, the closest future there was solitude, and it's like being in an egg and before you come into life, into a new life. So it's a good time. So although you may want to be in a love relationship right now, that's not best for you. Here is Madame La Lune. This is how you view the situation, and I think you're very satisfied in many ways. This is Nine of Water, and if I think about what in traditional tarot cards that says, so, but she's by herself, but very satisfied. And here, as the divination here, it says cyclic change, a return to beginnings after a cycle is complete, orderly change, enchantment, happiness. The contemplation says stability through change. And yeah, so this is something very good in this. Madame La Lune, or La Lune, walks in the waters of the astral light. She can grant use of the magic mirror. Comes back here, and looking into also water and reflections there. The foam waters of the mirror, which catch and hold images, coalesce. No, I don't know the word there. To form her wand or baton there, and the picture. Madame Lune also shares in the masses function of transport by reflecting or transporting the light of the sun. The mirror of the young moon invites travel to soft places of the heart. Here the madam is swathed in glamour, soft filaments, I don't know the words, of light sway upon her smooth skin as the drum's mouths give forth honey. The powers or attributes here are those of enchantment. And the next card is how others view, I think, you. And that's Ursuli. Let's see. Ursuli. Freda Dahomey, I think it says. Yeah. And she's crying here. She's so very beautiful, and others see that, but you see there is, maybe you can't see her tears flowing from her eyes there, but you see the water that is beneath there with the little ship as well. And the divination here is imagining beyond possibility, the jolt of shattered dreams. I think you have been heard, and others see that anyways. And contemplate this. Board the ship of Ursuli, stand upon its deck, and as it moves through the clouds and into the deep astral waters of the moon. Sail sheer as spider web unfurled to the night winds. Here all is possible. The Osiris answered in the telling. Deep within, you know it is so. I think you don't really trust this, that is possible, this. Ursuli Freda Dahomey is the Ursuli who walks upon or governs air from the sphere of the emotions. The two reflecting mirrors, and also mirrors here again, in the card point with their fleeting images to the transitory and ever-shifting airy nature of the emotions. Wish is piled upon wish until the mounting pyramid of impossible aspiration vents itself in cleansing tears. The tears in the card form a body of water on which ship sails. This is the ship of Erzuli, which promises to connect the emotional dream world of Erzuli with the profound creative principles embodied in the sea, the home of La Sirene. And here is, this is what others see, which I read about now. It's not what is really, it's what others see in you. Yeah, and here is what you fear, and this is 3 of air, and that is being heartbroken, really. Ugon, I don't know how to express that even, but the image here is a little bit other than in traditional tarot. There used to be a heart with 3 arrows that come through it. So this is your fear: loss, defeat, unfavorable outcome, bravery toward a certain loss. It can also mean contemplation. Loss, even of one's own life, does not of necessity mean defeat. And I think you don't like to be defeated, and you fear that. Ogon Farrell, or however you say, or Joe Farrell, as this law is known in New Orleans. You probably say it differently. He's a classic man of iron. In one manifestation, he is a blacksmith of the forge, with strong arms, the smell of sweat, and a leather apron. Ogon, however the other name is said, is a soldier in or at peace, as Ugon Laflambeau is a soldier in war. His arms beat swords into plowshares. Well, and yeah, anyways, can I say more about this? But you're afraid to be disappointed and heartbroken and defeated, really, I think, in love. So maybe you, and I think that comes from not really seeing yourself with clear eyes, and to hear and see all the love and beauty you have and all that you are. This is the outcome within 6 months. This used to be, for now, I mean, this can be changed. And here we have Santera and Santera of Earth, a priestess of Earth, I think that means. So here there is a naked woman with a snake there. So I don't see love as such here, but I do see all kinds of possibilities here. Yeah. The Santera, female Santeria adept of Earth, is the watery part of Earth. She is the ruler of Earth and its watery life-giving forces, but you are more open here, since she's naked, representing that. In that she controls the forces of life, she also has great knowledge and control of the forces of death. In the past, the Earth was viewed as passive and accepting. Now it is known that the Earth is an active, complex organism and accepts only so much before asserting herself with great force. The presence of Oya and Obatala should be considered in the makeup of such a personality. I think you will be changed to come. The image of this card is of a Santera sitting at the edge of a vast swamp. A snake comes out of the watery earth and stretches up to her waiting hand. The swamp is filled with the forces of life and death, much like the great sea of Bina, like in the Tree of Life. All potential is here. The snake may carry life or death. It really depends on how you use this, what will become of it. The personality of such a woman is characterized by affection and a large capacity for the giving and receiving of love. Dire are the consequences if her love and loyalty are betrayed. Physically, she is likely to be a woman with dark hair and dark eyes, like the central card there, so this is you. And I think you can, if you are betrayed, you can react very badly at that. So, but there are potential for love here, absolutely, and how to make some conclusion out of this. I hope you got something out of it, but it's much about this mirroring and also maybe making peace with your ancestors or loved ones, or those who have passed in some way, or seek their support and guidance and strength, because that will help you, as well as you need to take some time off, sort of to be with yourself and to make this connection, to be able to be reborn, if you say, or be open to a new kind of life with someone else as you wish to. So, and maybe this person already is in your life. I don't even know anything about you, so maybe you have a relationship and everything, but then there are things you need to work through yourself anyways to get on right track here. There are things you have been disappointed, as well as in the past it have been victorious, so the disappointment may just be right now, and the fear of it to come, and whatever it is that you are disappointed at may reflect back on your view on yourself. Maybe it's something somebody else have done, and you start to look at yourself differently because of it, but it's not yours, if so. So, yeah, you need to work through these fears. You need to do so, I think, and I think you will. So, and you do have this capacity for love. Yeah. And I think also that if you connect even more spiritually, you are already very much connected, then you can also be helped to find the right one for you. So, and with this I'm sending you lots of love, and I don't know if we all have a twin flame or so on out there, but I know that I have, and I'm very happy to know that is, whatever it will become from it. I totally love him, and it doesn't matter whatever happens. I will continue doing so, and yeah, I just want him to be happy. Love is the feeling of love. Although we want things, the feeling of love is very much what we want to give happiness to that person. Or if we can't give it, we still want them to be happy, to get happiness wherever they find it or whatever they want. Is what I think. Yeah. And also, of course, give love to ourselves. Yeah. Much, much love, and talk to you all soon, and ask me if there are some questions you have, or if you want me to draw a card about a specific person for you or something. Talk to you soon. Much love.